This isn't a special effect. It is a living storm of giant wild bees, high in the forest canopy of Dock Lock. Today, I'm taking you on a demanding journey to harvest wild honey. We'll navigate muddy trails, face thousands of painful stings, and scale a massive tree using only a hammer and iron pegs. It's a test of patience and a deep lesson in respecting nature. Grab your gear and let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm taking you deep into the jungle to look for a massive beehive I found yesterday. Before we head deeper into the valley, we have to prepare our gear. I'm already feeling the sting of a few scout bees that followed us from a previous encounter. My hands are swollen, and there's a dull ache spreading up my arm. I reach onto the seat of my motorbike and grab a pair of thick, pink rubber household gloves. They aren't fancy professional beekeeping gear. They are just simple kitchen gloves, but they provide a decent barrier against the stings while still allowing my fingers enough flexibility to grip the bark of a tree and handle a sharp knife. The journey to the actual nesting site is a test of endurance in itself. I mount my semi-automatic motorbike and kickstart the engine. The path ahead is a rugged, uneven trail carved through the hills. During the rainy season in Dock Lock, these clay roads turn into slippery, unpredictable slides of mud. I have to keep my weight balanced, shifting my body to react to every rock and pothole. The bike engine roars and struggles as we climb a steep incline, tires spinning and throwing up red clay. On either side, the forest grows denser. Young acacia trees and wild bamboo brush against my shoulders. Eventually, the trail becomes too rough even for our rugged motorbikes. We park them under the shade of some wild bushes, hidden from the main path. From here, we must walk. I pull my protective head net down over my face. It's a simple mesh veil attached to a red hoodie. It gets incredibly hot and stuffy inside this hood, especially with the tropical humidity, but without it, my face would be covered in stings within seconds. We begin pushing our way through the dense undergrowth. I stop for a moment to catch my breath and peer through the thick canopy of leaves. And there it is. Hanging from a massive, sloping branch of a giant tree is a dark, crescent-shaped shadow. It is beautiful and terrifying at the same time. The nest is huge, easily over 1 meter wide, suspended high above a rocky forest stream. Thousands of bees are clustered together on the comb, forming a living blanket that ripples in the light. My heart rate starts to climb. Seeing a nest of this size is always an incredible feeling, but it also means the defense swarm will be incredibly intense. There is no easy way up, and the tree stands on a steep, rocky bank right next to the flowing water. I also check my hammer and the iron pegs. The tree we have to climb is a smooth-barked giant. Its trunk is thick, straight, and has no branches for the first 15 meters. To climb a tree like this, we use a traditional method passed down through generations of forest honey hunters. We hammer iron pegs into the trunk, creating a temporary ladder as we go. I take a deep breath, grip my hammer, and place the first iron peg against the bark. The metallic ring echoes through the quiet forest, instantly sending a shockwave of vibration up the tree. To the bees above, this vibration is an alarm. They know someone is coming. I step onto the first peg, pull myself up, and hold another peg against the trunk. I hammer it in, about knee-high above the last one, and step up again. It is slow, exhausting work. Every strike of the hammer requires precision. If a peg is not driven deep enough, it could bend or slip under my weight, sending me crashing down into the rocks below. The higher I climb, the more aggressive the bees become. They start descending from the branch in waves. By the time I am halfway up, a thick cloud of bees surrounds me. They are crawling all over my pink gloves, my red hoodie, and my trousers. I can hear them buzzing right against my ears. A loud, angry hum that drowns out all other forest sounds. The heat inside my protective suit is intense. Sweat pours down my forehead, stinging my eyes, but I cannot wipe it away. I just have to keep moving, hammer in hand, step by step, peg by peg, rising higher into the swarm. After what feels like an eternity of climbing, my head finally rises above the main trunk and I reach the fork of the massive branch where the nest is attached. Up close, the scale of this colony is breathtaking. The comb is a masterpiece of natural engineering, hanging like a giant golden shield. It is covered in a dense, crawling carpet of bees. I pause to catch my breath and let my body stabilize on the branch. The drop below me is dizzying. I can see the stream and my partner looking like tiny figures far down on the forest floor. One slip here would be fatal. I gently blow on the bees clustered at the top of the nest. In wild honey harvesting, we try to be as gentle as possible. We don't want to destroy the colony. I use my gloved hand to slowly, carefully brush away the thick layer of bees from the upper section of the comb. This upper section is the honey pocket. It is swollen, pure white, and capped with wax, indicating that it is completely full of ripe, concentrated wild honey. Now comes the most critical moment. I pull out my sharp knife. My hands are shaking slightly from the physical exertion of the climb and the constant barrage of stings on my arms and legs. I must cut only the honey pocket. This is a fundamental rule of sustainable honey hunting. The lower part of the nest contains the larvae and brood. If we cut the whole nest, we destroy the future of the colony. By leaving the brood comb attached to the branch, the bees will stay, rebuild the honey pocket, and the colony will survive to produce more honey next season. Position the plastic bag underneath the honey pocket with one hand, while using my knife to slice through the thick, waxy comb with the other. The knife cuts through the wax like butter, and immediately, the rich, golden honey begins to ooze out, smelling incredibly sweet and floral. With a final, careful slice, the massive chunk of capped honeycomb detaches and lands safely inside my plastic bag. It is heavy, easily weighing several kilograms. With the honeycomb safely in the plastic bag, I carefully tie the top of the bag to prevent any dirt or bees from getting inside. Then, I open my green canvas backpack, slide the heavy package inside, and zip it shut. My job up here is done, but the danger is not over. Descending a tree is often more difficult than climbing it. I have to find each iron peg with my boots without being able to see them clearly, all while the swarm is still furiously attacking me. Slowly, carefully, I lower myself down the trunk. I step on each peg, testing its stability before shifting my weight. With every step down, the angry hum of the bees begins to fade slightly, though many of them follow me all the way to the ground. Finally, my boots touch the solid, wet rocks of the stream bank. I drop to my knees, exhausted, my chest heaving as I try to catch my breath. My partner has started a small fire using damp leaves to create thick, white smoke. The smoke helps to calm the remaining bees and drive them away from us. I sit in the smoke, pulling off my hot head veil. My face is red, dripping with sweat, and my body aches from head to toe. But as I look at the heavy backpack lying next to me, filled with sweet, wild honey from the heart of the forest, a deep sense of gratitude overcomes the pain. We respected the forest. We left the baby bees to grow, and in return, nature shared its sweetest treasure with us. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild adventure today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more jungle survival and harvesting videos, and leave a comment below. Would you ever climb a 100-foot tree for some wild honey? Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Goodbye.